Hey collective, what's going on, people? Glad to be back with you. Like I said in my last collective reading, this week I had a very unexpected impromptu trip to Florida. So I'm leaving today actually, and I'm recording the readings this week. I will be doing a collective reading for each day, and I'm going to do readings for each element, and then do 2 live readings while I'm in Florida. So in Panama City. So I'll get back to the zodiacs right when I get back from vacation. But there are going to be 11 readings this week. So I have had several people actually contact me and ask me to do the collective readings again. They prefer those over the zodiacs. I'm probably going to do both. So if you want to write that in the comments, just let me know. All right, meditation for this reading. First thing I got, someone here is having issues with their, like, the outside of your knee where the IT band meets, and also with your ankles. And they're saying they want you to work on your feet. So you lay like a little hand towel on the ground. You put your feet on one end, and then you take your toes and you wiggle your toes and scrunch the towel up and bring the towel all the way back out. And once it gets there, you could try to push it back out or pull it back out. But they want you to strengthen. There's something about you needing to strengthen your feet, and it's also going to help your feet from going in like this and go straight like this. Because the next exercise, it's like the feet are going in like this, and they want you to stand with your feet like they're going in like this. They want you to raise your arch, raise your arch, raise your arch. So they want you to do that. Work on getting those ankles strong. It's going to go a long way to help with the knee pain. That's really starting from the hip, but it's happening in the knees, and it may be somebody who just started running. So just, doing those little type of PT type of exercises are going to go a long way for you. Now, having said that, the next thing I heard in meditation is that divine masculine is going through hell right now. He has had this weight, or the masculine energy has had a wake up call to the karma. Like, they are realizing what they're going through right now is their karma. They're realizing that. And they're also realizing who feminine is to them. And they're heartbroken. They're really heartbroken because they're not sure what to say to make something right with you. Because they feel like, they're comparing their emotional output right now to what it looks like on the outside for you, your physical output. So they're thinking that you're doing better than them, that you have these options, that love isn't going to ever find them. And I honestly, they feel like that love is never going to find them, that they're going to leave this earth and never have found true love. So, that's reciprocated. I'm not saying you were never in true love. I'm not saying that at all. But they're saying that's reciprocated. So let's see. Okay, that wanted to stay out. Shattered, heartbroken, destroyed. Goes right with what I was just saying. The healing card came out twice in meditation. Okay. So a way for masculine to deal with their pain is to distract themselves. It's like they try to stay so busy that their mind can't, that their body can't be idle for too long, because if it's idle for too long, then the heart starts showing up, and they don't like it when the heart shows up in that respect. They like it when the heart shows up in the honeymoon phase. They like it when the heart shows up in that, playful, easy phase. But when it comes to matters of the heart that are important, the values, your core values, what you believe in, and just all of those types of things, they don't like having those hard conversations. And it's not with you, it's a pattern with a lot of people, a lot of relationships. There's the confirmation. Please hold on. She'll just keep calling. It's my daughter. Hold on. Okay. Sorry, I apologize about that. Yeah, she is something. I love her. Now, Divine Feminine has come out. Okay. And the pre-shuffle Masculine came out shattered and broken. Okay. So here's what's happening. Now masculine is going through this very distracted, broken phase where feminine is coming in to establish a strong foundation, family, security, stability. And that's what this masculine seeing feminine try to build a stable foundation for themselves, for their family, for the future. And while that's happening and they notice that you're putting in this type of work, feminine, they are having things being dismantled in their life. And it's karmic in nature. Tell me about masculine. All right, feminine, if you were interested in this masculine, just know that if you keep doing what you're doing, which is focusing on yourself, that the peace that you like exude out to the universe, to people, to everybody, other humans, the peace that you exude is going to become intoxicating for this masculine. I'm also hearing they're missing the intimacy with you. Just being able to confide in each other and be playful and touch each other's cheeks, stroke the chest. There's something about them thinking about this a lot. So while you're out here trying to work on your stability, they're yearning for that sensual intimacy. They're yearning for that peace that you would bring to their heart. And they're in the right place right now. This is where they're supposed to be, because when they are broken and they no longer can outrun their demons, they can no longer outrun the karma that's coming for them. They're going to think it puts them in this fight or flight, in this little bit of panic mode, and it reminds them of all the good memories that you two have had together. And as you're growing and their life's kind of dismantling, it's like they're almost in this kind of desperate energy. I want to say energy. I don't want to say they're acting desperate, but the energy that they're, vibrating out is desperate. Like they want a piece of what you got, feminine. They do. They do. They are going to start chasing you. Their perspective is changing because they've realized that the trickle down effect of mishaps that have happened. They're realizing the karma that they're going through right now, the losses, is because of things that they did. And they're realizing the trickle down effect, the domino effect that they've had on you and that they've had on other people. And they're realizing out of all the people, you were there. You were ready. You were telling the truth, even though it didn't look like the truth to them. I feel like it is. It's like you are going to help. You are going to be the reason that their perspective changes. One of the reasons. Them being dismantled and having to face karma while you are receiving, your blessings from a higher timeline. That's what's going to change their perspective and cause them to start chasing you again. So I did just hear that this masculine and the way that they heal, it's like sometimes things need to just completely fall apart to come back together stronger. And that's what needs to happen with this masculine energy. They need to completely fall apart and come back together. And when they come back together, they come back stronger, wholer, and it works. This relationship works. It'll mesh well, but it doesn't mesh well until that happens. I just heard the next couple weeks are going to be, the Page of Cups came out. Wanting to start over again, build something new. They're going to offer their heart. But it's like, yeah, look, that came out sideways. They're going, they know that they're coming back. They know this. They know that they're going to give you an offer, but they're not going to do it until they are solid, on solid footing. Like, make sure everything's in order at their home, on the home front, business front. That's why something's taken so long. It's like their perspective is kind of still in the balance at this time, but Source just told you what was going to happen. Um, their perspective is going to change. But it's like you're in this waiting period because masculine is still in the realization. Like those, anything that you've ever been told. Just think back throughout your entire life. Somebody telling you something and you not believing it, and then you go through an experience that changes your perspective. And then all of a sudden you understand what that person was saying. Okay? That's what's happening with this masculine. It's like, you could have been telling them all along that you were supposed to be together, or you could have been telling them the truth, or other people could have been telling them the truth, but they were not in a place to see it because they needed to go through some karmic experiences to help shift their perspective to be able to look back at feminine and say, okay, I can see where you were right now. And that's what's happening. This person was scared to love. But they know that they're going to come back and give you that offer. They just know that they just know that they are not going to do it until they're the King of Pentacles. All right, so now here we go from the Page of Cups to the Knight of Pentacles. So here's the offer in the 3D. And this feels like, it doesn't feel like it's far off. Could be Sagittarius here. Capricorn, Virgo, Pisces. They just need to heal. Three of Swords. They just need to heal. And I don't think it's not that, here's the thing, feminine, it's not that they don't want to heal. They don't know how to heal. They don't know what that looks like. Like, people will tell you to heal, and then you just kind of sit back like, well, how the hell do I do that? That's what this masculine's doing, and that makes sense. I mean, I've done it plenty of times. It's like, it's just, how do I do it? Give me a plan, give me A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and I'll do A through G, right? That's what this person's wanting because they're in that methodical type of energy. But as they heal, as they progress, as they take methodical steps, like you see how she's writing things down, making a list, checking it twice. As this person is like healing, the more they heal, the more they think of you, the more they want to return to you, and the more they wonder if you think of them. Well, I just have my watch go off too. Six of Pentacles fell on the Temperance. Page of Swords on the Hangman. They really thought that you would come back by now. This is spiritual. With this Six of Pentacles falling on this Temperance and this King of Pentacles, but three of these pentacles are being held by fairies. The only way that this works is if the healing happens. And that's what I just heard. And they've already started this process. 444 on the clock as I said that. They have already started this process. They're keeping an eye on you. So what started out as kind of, I don't want to say malicious, but low vibrational, them kind of keeping the tabs on you, is actually what has stirred them up inside. And this is also a card of spiritual awakening. Them watching you, like, and what they, when they started out watching you somehow, it wasn't for healthy reasons. But whatever you've been putting out into the universe here, they've noticed a big difference and it's helping them shift. And that's why quick communication. 543 was just on, oh my God. 543 was just on the clock. And then you have 8 of Wands. This is happening. They're tapping my right calf. This masculine's coming in fast. The number 27 can be significant. All right, let's get some letters. I heard Valerie. I'm seeing Matt, Maddie, Macy, Donald, Don, RHN. These three, for some reason, just feel very significant for some reason. So if you have any initials with that, they do. Gwen is all together as well. Peta or Pika? Peta? Is that what I'm hearing? It could be the name Joy, but I'm seeing the word joy here too, you know. Massey or Maisie? Cliff? And that name I cannot even begin to pronounce. It is very long. It's got like 11 letters in it. I'm trying to get all the letters, but you were the map. You were their map. They know that they ran. They know that they were harsh at times. They know that they tried to do that. Two can play at that game. Maybe called you some bad names. But they're willing to come back in and like wallow and make up for this. I'm serious. Truly. I'm seeing the name Jan. Jose. All right. Oh. The letter B flew out over here. S. I have Greg. They're taking me back to Donald again. Don, Donnie, Donald. I just heard that somebody's a working woman that's watching this. Okay. I have to say this. There's someone here. There's a working woman that's watching this. And there's a particular customer that's a regular that's going to be proposing. That's it, y'all. That's all I have. The letter A and H Yep, that just stuck out. I had the H that stuck on my finger. So that's what I have for you. I'll see you in tomorrow's reading. Peace and love.